Saw you paint a picture of a face, a face that wasn't even close to mine. I know I shouldn't be in love, but it's so hard to move on. You haven't changed, you stayed the same. But if you did, I'd still love you anyway. I'd give you the world like I promised I would.
Well, gang, our time in Scotland has sadly come to an end. Sonia and I now find ourselves in a small town called Chester in England. But before we left Scotland, we were told that we had to visit the West Coast. We were also told that the West Coast of Scotland was perhaps the most beautiful part of the entire country. And so, in our last week, Sonia and I made a road trip from east to west to a small town called Olympus. This video is about that road trip.
It's like the world turned its back on us, and now we can't tell if it's heaven or hell. It's like knowing all the answers. Oh, you're sorry, but you never can tell. All the lovers we were diving for today, different colors that we had to put to sleep. All the lovers hope that we could break the spell. We went down the wishing well. You set the fire and told to promised land. You got a whole religion in the palm of your hand. It's like the world turned its back on us, and now we can't tell if it's heaven or hell. It's like knowing all the answers. Oh, you're sorry, but you never can tell. All the lovers we were diving for today, different colors that we had to put to sleep. All the lovers hope that we could break the spell. All the we went down the wishing well. All the lovers we were diving for today, different colors that we had to put to sleep. All the lovers hope that we could break the spell. All the lovers we went down the wishing well. Diving forward to deep, different colors that we had to put to sleep. All the lovers hope that we could break the spell. All the lovers we went down the wishing well.
Finally, we made it to our destination, Olympus, which is as far removed a town as you can get in Scotland. The nearest Tesco or grocery store was about an hour away from where we were staying, so we were really in the middle of nowhere. But when we got there, the weather was incredible. For the whole week that we were there was sunshine. So Sonia and I wasted no time, and we set out on a walk to go explore the coastline and to make some beautiful images on some lovely celluloid. For film stocks, I have the standard Portra 160 NC, which is my expired stock. I made a video about that, you can watch it over here. As well as Ultramax 400 in my Olympus. I know it seems like I'm shooting Ultramax a lot, but that's literally because it's the only color negative film that I can find in the shops. I could probably order like Portra online, but the prices now are ridiculous, and if I showed you them, you would probably die. I love the way that the Portra handles warm tones, I must be honest, but I'm kind of over shooting expired film at the moment. I need something that's a little bit faster than 100 ISO speed, because that's what I'm shooting the Portra at. And so, very begrudgingly, I loaded in another roll of Fuji Pro 400H. And I must say, I was surprised with the results this time. Two things about the Pro 400H. I did send it to another lab, which gave me completely different results, and I was a lot happier with the color reproduction of this set of images that I got from Pro 400H. But the warm tones in the images, they're just not there. For some reason, a lot of the images are very cool. I was shooting a sunset after all, and it like kind of pushed the sunlight all the way into the magenta sphere and made everything quite cool, which is quite strange for me. I was expecting kind of warm tones, something like Portra or even Ultramax renders the warmth of the images a lot better than what I felt the Pro 400 was capable of. I'm still not 100% sold on Pro 400H, but I will admit that I was a bit too harsh on it in my video on our last Scotland road trip.
Had this conversation more than 10 times. After 9, I still wish you were mine. Haven't ate in 7 days, 'cause I've been up till 6 AM. Wrote 5 songs all just for you. 3 of them I can't bear listening to. I'd give you the world.
It was incredibly soul refreshing for me to be by the ocean again. The coastal light of Scotland was incredible, and I don't think I'll forget it anytime soon. I tried to go on as many walks as I could, not just taking photographs, just to soak in the light and the sound of the waves. Scotland was one of the most beautiful places that I've ever been to in my entire life. I think it's always going to have a little bit of my Mamiya because of the knob that I lost on the mountain, and it's also going to have a little bit of my heart forever and always. I'm kind of in love with Scotland that way. I miss it dearly. Thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know what your favorite image was and how you feel the Pro 400H handled this time around. I think my favorite picture was either the passing place sign in the sunlight or the one of the sheeps in the clouds. I really enjoyed those two. Don't forget to leave me a like, and if you would like, subscribe, because I'm trying to make more videos like this. I'll see y'all in the next video.
I heard a ringing bell this morning, and it woke me from a dream. And in that dream